Hi Scorpio, welcome. This is Taurus Tarot, and I'm Joy, and we are getting an energy read for you. And so just know that when you find this video, that is when you were meant to see it, okay? And it doesn't matter how old it is, how new it is, or you know, if the video is looking at a particular, you know, time or whatever, right? Time is not linear, time is parallel. And so it really doesn't matter when you, what date or whatever that you find this video, that when you find it is when you were meant to see it, okay? So let's operate on that premise as you move forward. And although I may say that, oh, we're looking for, you know, we're looking at energies for the month of XYZ or the month of July, just know that those energies can come into you on any time, right? Like they can come into you whenever they come into you, okay? That's just kind of the way it works. You know, months, hours, minutes, those are all human concepts, and they don't necessarily have any weight in behind the veil, right? The reality behind the veil. So yeah, I hope that makes sense to you, because sometimes things come and they make sense to me and I understand them on you know, a certain level, but I don't always necessarily feel like I have the right words to then communicate them to you. So anyway, Scorpio, that's what it is. And what's happening is that a lot of messages about truth is coming through for a lot of the different signs, right? Just in general, there's a lot of information, or a lot of truth about, or sorry, there's a lot coming out about truth. Like, what is truth? What makes it truth? You know, can one thing be true for one person and not for another person? And just all these kind of ideas coming out around truth. And same for you, Scorpio. I'm feeling that there is some things about truth coming up for you, okay? So we'll just get started. We have here the Knave of Wands. Yeah. And this is kind of like, there's this, you know, there's this fiery energy, there's this passion, this man is, I kind of getting this feeling like the bad boy kind of energy, but in a way that is like not the bad boy just to make trouble, but kind of like the bad boy that is kind of like stirring things up, that's kind of causing people to take a step back and look at things with a different perspective, yeah, with a different set of eyes. There's this tattoo on his hand, and I kept seeing it as an insect, but there's also I don't know if it is, maybe it's not. I think it might actually be a flower, but there's also an envelope there, which is a strange thing to have as a tattoo on your hand. But it's telling me that there's this message that is coming through, that this bad boy is kind of delivering, you know, the stereotypical bad boy that like kind of, you know, is like, does his own thing, right? Like you know, there exists, and hopefully not for us as we move forward and evolve, but there does kind of exist this dynamic of you know, the man and the woman, right? And the man kind of always almost having the upper hand sort of, and the woman kind of being a little bit more passive, right? But so anyway, there's this dynamic about the bad boy being untamable, right? And like, you know, the woman kind of likes the bad boy. They're seeking out the bad boy because they're kind of, you know, aggressive and go-getters, and they go out there and they you know, they don't really care about what anybody thinks, but like as the woman, there's like this dynamic, you can't really tame them kind of thing. So but that's an old dynamic, right? Like we're moving beyond that kind of relationship dynamic. But at the same time, what I'm trying to explain, the energy that I'm getting from this card, which is like this energy of people around this energy want to tame it. They want to, you know, kind of like dampen it a little bit, right? Like put out that fire a little bit. But this guy, he's not having it. He's not gonna let anybody tame him. Not any woman, not any or man or whatever, not partner, right? I'm talking about this old dynamic. Please do not get me confused, and or please do not get confused with what I'm saying. I'm just trying to express this energy. So so what this is this energy that outside of it, there's almost like this desire to tame it, right? There's like in the larger social dynamic or whatever, there's this energy of like wanting to tame it, right? Like, or think about like the kid in school who has a lot to say and doesn't just sit there nicely and take in everything that the teacher is saying as truth. This kid has questions about it. This kid, he doesn't want to take it as truth just because a teacher in the institution is saying that it's true, right? This energy of like no, I'm not gonna just like take what you say as truth without really like exploring it and deciding for myself if it's really truth. That's this kind of energy. Like you can't dampen my fire. You can't make me sit still in at my desk when you know, when things don't make sense to me, or this environment doesn't make sense to me, or you know, no, I'm not gonna settle down and have the proverbial, you know, wife and 2 kids and white picket fence and fall into that expectation of me. No, I am going to go out there and I am going to make my own path. So I'm going to clear my own path. I'm going to go in my own direction regardless of what anybody says. And that's what I'm feeling with this energy right here. But yet there's also a message that is in that, and that message is that I can do it and you can do it too. The message is take me as the example almost, right? Take me, you know, Scorpio, as your example of how you can be true to yourself and follow your passion, and you don't have to conform to the ideas and the status quo around you. That you can forge your own path, right? You can forge your own path. This is the feeling that I'm getting. And for you to be authentic in that, for you to really forge your own path, it really does communicate the message to others that they can do the same, that they don't necessarily have to fall into line with everything that is expected of them, right? Or expected of their culture, expected of their sex, expected of their ethnicity. You don't have to fall into line with that anymore. You can forge your own path ahead, and you, Scorpio, are doing it, and you are communicating the message to others that they can do it as well. Okay, that's the energy of this card. And then we have the 6 of Wands. victorious, you know. Look at all the V's that are here in this card, right? With all these wands crossing each other, yeah, victorious. And there's something like there's like, it's almost, I feel like it's almost a crest as well. It's like a crest, so like your family crest, and it's almost like this is your mission. This is your mission. It's your mission to act in your own authenticity. It's your mission to go against the grain a little bit, to show others that that it's possible, that you do, to show others that you do not have to fall in line with what others expect you to do and be, that you can go out and forge your own path. And this Six of Wands here is really communicating this idea that it's your mission, and also that you will be victorious with it. And but it is something that was like almost like, it was kind of almost like already decided for you. I feel like you when you came here, when you made that soul agreement with Source, you came here to have this experience of being this person who goes against the grain in order to not maintain, to question the status quo, right? And to allow for a different way of engaging in the world. So you're no longer having to just be confined to the status quo, but like opening up to all these other different possibilities, yeah? And that was the agreement that your soul made to do, to be that person, and that you will be victorious in it. You will be victorious in it. But there's some stuff that you're gonna have to let go of first before you can fully manifest into this this kind of rebel kind of energy. And there's some things that there's going to be some challenges for you. It's not gonna just come easy. It's like, oh, you're gonna be the rebel and you're gonna create all these, you know, new paths, and it's gonna be easy, and and everybody's, gonna be, singing your praises for forging these new paths which they can now follow. No, that's not gonna be it. It's going to be challenging, but it's through this these challenges that you are going to evolve as an individual, but also that the collective is also going to evolve through your experience of overcoming these challenges, yeah, of facing these challenges and still remaining in your authenticity and becoming victorious in that, okay? These challenges don't feel small. They do not feel small. They feel like they're all coming at you. They're all coming at you at once. It's almost like this feeling of like, somebody like in the circus, right? Somebody, the dagger thrower. They throw the dagger on the top of someone's head, right? But it's almost as if it's not a single dagger being thrown at the apple on top of your head. It's all these daggers coming at you at once. But it's like there is this single truth that is underlying, or that is a basis for you. Like there's this truth that is like this one sword, right? To me, this one sword is speaking of this one truth that is absolutely undeniable for you, and it is your saving grace almost. It's like you are standing strong in this one truth here, and it is protecting you from all of these lies and all of these mistruths and all of these challenges that are being thrown at you one after the other. You know, this one truth is blocking you from all of those things, and is really allowing you to move forward and be successful in completing your mission. Excuse me. And this mission is really, well, yes, it is forging new paths. It is living in your own authenticity in order to almost like give others the permission to do the same. But there's a strong message of love here. There is a strong message of love. What I'm getting from this card is like this balancing almost. You know, the 5, of course, wands are about passion, right? And the 5 is about like this transformational energy, and I'm feeling that this transformational energy is really about love, a love that is balanced. And to me, when we talk about a love that is balanced, what we're really talking about is an unconditional love, because that is the only way that love can really be in balance, right? Because if love has conditions, is it really love, right? And so it's almost like this mission for you is to really inspire others to be in that same passion and be able to forge new paths of their own that are based in love, right? And to be able to defend their own thoughts about, or their own, what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is like, for example, I try not to watch the news too much, because I want what comes in to be directly from source, and not from mainstream media. Okay, so but I do watch it once in a while, because it's the only way that I feel like I can know what is happening out there per the mainstream perception, right? So it allows me to see what the perception of what's happening is of the mainstream, right? Because we are definitely not mainstream, right? Us, tarot readers, energy readers, even people who are interested in tarot, right, are not necessarily the mainstream. Okay, so my point though is that more and more what I'm witnessing, for example, I saw a short clip of an interview with a Senator Booker, I think his name was, and this guy, he was talking about love. He was talking about love being the energy that moves us forward, that evolves us into a new future that is grounded and based in love. Okay, and like a year ago, would you necessarily have heard a senator talking like that? No way, right? No way. But yet, what's happening, around the world is this energy of people rebelling, right, against the status quo, and not necessarily rebelling in a way that is bad, that is violent or evil, but in a way that shows us that we can evolve grounded in love, right? Instead of what we have been doing, which has been in this capitalistic American society anyway, and probably you know, most other capitalistic societies, right? We've been kind of evolving in this way down this path that is very selfish, really, where personal gain is valued much more than the collective gain, right? Where whites are valued more than blacks, right? Where people with money are valued more than people without money, right? And so there's like this idea of like moving down this path that was not necessarily each individual looking out for the collective, but you know, trying to, you know, get their college education and get a good job and make a whole bunch of money so that they can you know, buy into the whole consumerism idea and you know, and ego thing of like, hey, I can buy these nice cars and these nice homes and wear these nice clothes, and therefore I must be valuable, right? And instead we're moving in this direction of, I don't need those things to be valuable, right? I don't need those things to feel my worth. What I need to feel worth is to come from this place of love and to be able to communicate that love to others, to be able to share that love with others, to be able to come from a place where everything I think and say and do comes from a place of love. Okay? Okay. So that is the message for you, Scorpio. I hope that it resonates because it feels like a really powerful message. I mean, it feels like this new energy that you're moving into is more of like a service, yeah, service to other, which is still service to self. So some interesting. I wanted to start trying to add some interesting or add some different directions that you can go in to gather more information. And so the Book of One, I think, is a really great source of information for you to consider the possibility of different paths that are available, right? Also the teachings of Jane Roberts and the energy that she channeled, which was Seth. Look those things up and you know, and keep an open heart and see how your perspective about things might shift a little bit, yeah, through this new knowledge, that this new awareness that is coming up. Yeah, I'm gonna stop there. Okay, so Scorpio, thank you. I love you. Thank you for your good work. Thank you for fighting the good fight. Thank you for you know, contributing. You know, we may not be out there you know, marching and for, you know, for equal rights for all and for equality and all of that, but we are putting that energy out there in our own ways. Okay, Scorpio, you are putting that energy out there in your own way, and it is definitely contributing to moving humanity in this new direction of balance and of love and of truth. Yeah. Okay. All right, Scorpio, thank you. Aloha and namaste.